The Skottle is really communal. It's a circle. Like if you go camping and you're with everyone, you don't park your rigs in a square. You park them in a circle. You wagon wheel up. It's for community. It's easier to interact. With the Skottle, it's the same way. It's a circle. I stand here, I'm cooking, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to someone else, someone hands me a beer, or we're even eating off of it right there. That's probably the biggest surprise that we found, was that actually it was a communal way of cooking with people.
I started Tembo Tusk a good 15 years ago. I mean, I enjoy camping, always camped as a kid. And also I wanted to make sure my son Brian enjoyed it as well. So I made sure that he enjoyed it. Mostly the reason that I started it was because I couldn't find what I wanted in the market. And our original product was a drop-down slide, which we called the Load Spotter.
So we're a family-owned company. My mom, my dad, myself, we literally just make the things that we want, and it turns out a lot of other people also want. We really only make things that we need. It can be a good thing. It can also be a detriment though, because if we're trying to get into a new market, now we got to pick up a new hobby so that we can understand why they need it like this.
If I need it, we make it. And if I want it, maybe it turns out other people also are interested in it. If I like it, they might like it as well. That's where a lot of our products come out.
What we thought about when we were starting this company was that we want to keep everything made here in the States. We wanted to support American manufacturing, and the quality had to be the same as, the best, as what we were looking up to, as a real product from a real company. Our standards were high, and we found that no one really did it how we wanted it. It was never to our standards. So we ended up purchasing a bunch of equipment, some of the stuff that you see behind me, and that allowed us to make things like spatulas and slides and other new products related to Tembo Tusk, but it allowed us to make it at the highest quality, the quality that we would be happy with buying ourselves.
I think my favorite part about the work here has to be starting with the crew. Just the crew that we have is, a group of buddies that I go camping with. I oversee the majority of the design and engineering department.
I'm pretty proud of having to build together. It's been quite a journey. And I've also had Jake by my side, just going over to him consulting.
December of 2022 was when we made the big pivot to start doing a lot more custom stuff. And that's when we learned laser parameters need to be honed in. What materials can we cut? How well do we cut them? And can we cut them better? So the biggest innovation for Tembo has honestly probably been ever since we got 3D printers. It's really opened up our capabilities more than we even thought before, especially when it comes to forming metal.
For like what I could do here, and then getting some feedback from the crew here, like how I could go forward with this design or how this looks. Everyone here has helped me a lot making the drop down. So
it's been development and learning for us as much as it's been for the machine. So it's been real fun. It's been a good time.
We do a testing here, and we ensure that everything is to standard and everything's to spec.
Now, the Skottle, that's real interesting. Skottle actually means shallow dish in Afrikaans, and essentially it's a shallow wok.
We've been really well known for the Skottle. The Skottle was something that we built for ourselves. We had an old Skottle that we brought back from Africa. It had stopped being manufactured, even in Africa.
So come back home, and of course my wife, she has to have her Skottle. I'm gonna put one together. A friend of mine, Paul, helped me, and we assembled the very first Skottle, which was essentially just a harrow disc. And we welded on some legs and a burner and so on. And I took it to an event. Everyone went crazy looking at this thing, going, how do we buy one? How do we get one? So I ordered 20 discs. They were gone. I ordered 50 discs. They were gone. And then I was ordering 500 discs at a time, and they would just go. It was crazy. And we thought, wow, what have we done? I just want to camp. I don't want to cook. So I was able to cook, clean up, and have nothing else. I was done. And because you can do everything on it, it just simplifies life. Every time somebody goes, oh, where do you get that? Where can I buy one? How can I get a Skottle? I came to a point where we used to hide it under the truck because we were scared somebody would steal it.
It's got to be the ease. It's just easy. It's not like you're pulling out a stove and you're pulling out your pots and your pans and you have to set up a table and you have to make sure you have room for things. It's just the thing. It's just the Skottle. You just cook on that. Your legs are attached. Your pan is attached. You just bring your tools and your food. And with the leg table or a shelf, you have the room that you need. It's easy to clean. It's straightforward. It's logical.
Americans just adopted this way of cooking, of camp cooking, because it was easy. I did it because I'm not a cook. I just need something to feed me. For me, it worked. But it turned out they're gourmet guys who loved to cook. It was a godsend to them. And they could cook all sorts of things. And so it hit both ends of the spectrum. The ones who don't want to cook, the ones who love to cook. It was like perfect. And they didn't have to have extra gear. The question often is, where did we come up with the name Tembo Tusk?
The name Tembo Tusk had an interesting start.
We're all sitting around the table. Brian was there, Nolene, my wife, was there, and a few other people. We had a designer that was working out our logo, and I kept describing what the drop-down slide did. It would pick up a fridge from inside your vehicle, pull it out, drop it down. When you wanted to put it away, you picked up the fridge and put it in. And I kind of described this, it's a lot like an elephant tusks.
In addition, my mother is South African. So we wanted to keep it, Africa adjacent, something related to that. We were thinking, well, what in Africa picks up things that are heavy? What's something that has longevity and is around forever and is quite smart? Well, an elephant. Great. So we get the base of elephant.
And somebody went, oh, elephant tusk, that sounds like an interesting name. I said, but it was a mouthful. We couldn't quite make it work. And then my wife, she's from South Africa, and she goes, why don't we have an African name, since the company's half African anyways, because she's from South Africa. We went with Tembo, which means elephant in Swahili.
And then we're thinking, how do elephants pick up things? Well, they have a trunk. Well, elephant trunk doesn't sound very cool. And then we thought, oh, what about the tusks? Okay, elephant tusks, but that name isn't cool enough. So we came up with Tembo Tusk.
So, and you put Tembo Tusk together, and it's no longer a mouthful. It actually flows.
That's how we got the name, Tembo Tusk.